Oh, hello. I didn't see you there. Or anywhere else that I have all the cameras set up. Anyway, welcome to another edition of Duckfloat. We've been back after a season break, and we are now up to season 4. I had a pre-game show, which was shot just for Patreon. Got a very good reaction there, and I'm going to let you in on a little confession. This is our second attempt at our first game of season 4. I recorded one a couple weeks ago. I had some real camera problems, so forget about that one. We're wiping that slate clean. See that duck up there? That's the winner of that match. But we're not using, he shouldn't even be there. But we'll let him sit there anyway. So, what shall we do? Perhaps you haven't tuned in a couple of months. You have no idea what's going on here. Well, let me explain to you. Part of my duties let's start again. One of the things I do to help out while I live in this place with this glorious backyard is I help to look after the pond here. I filled it up whenever the water gets a little bit low. I can tell the water gets low when a rock in the center of the pond just sort of peeks up through the surface. That's when I know it's time to fill the pond. Now I started by putting a duck on the rock, and when the duck washed off the rock, I knew the pond was full and I could turn the water off. But that has ballooned into an entire sport. So let me explain to you what we've got. This is how the game's played. I've got 16 ducks on that rock. They're all on that rock. In addition to that, I've got 2 solar fountains. You can see them right next to the rock. I got 8 ducks on each fountain. Now here's what's going to happen. I'm going to turn on the refill pipe, and the water's going to come in here, and it's going to swirl the fountains around and around, and they may very well be washed underneath that refill pipe, and perhaps they will lose some ducks in the process. That is by design. They will continue to go through until either 1, the pond is full, or 2, they have 1 duck left. Just 1, no more, no less. But if all the ducks get washed off the rock before that happens, then we go into an elimination round where we force the fountains through that pipe and make sure some ducks are washed off. As long as they can leave 1 on, that makes them the winner. Now, let me explain to you the coverage that you'll be seeing today. I hope to God all these things work. I got a lot going here. We have this camera here, of course, that I'm talking to you on. We've got overhead cam, which is 15 feet in the air on a drone, pointing down, giving you the whole field at one glance. We've got a ringside camera right over there to show you the refill pipe up close, and perhaps the ducks on the rock as well, if I framed it properly. And finally, we have a cam mounted on one of the fountains itself. On fountain 2, we have a camera right there, and you can probably see it, hopefully, if it's working, pointing at the other fountain. So that is very simply the game. I've explained the rules, I've explained the coverage. Nothing to do now but start the game. Damn you, Leonardo! Helicopters. Okay, what Southern California town shall we start this season with? Oxnard. So named after an ox's nards, I guess. And now I will take the patented referee stick and I will ease the fountains out into the field so that they may begin. Fountain 2, get out there. Fountain 1, I know you're going to get behind the rock, but you can't go there yet for reasons which I will soon explain. All right, there they are. They're in the field. And the game is underway, and Fountain 2 is going right up to the pipe and sort of glancing away. Didn't really mean it, but Fountain 1 is going to push it through again, and no, it glances away. So we're getting into some action really soon here. It's not consequential action, but at least we've got something happening. Fountain 2 tries to go in again. No. Did I say there was something happening? Maybe I was wrong about that. Oh, Fountain 1 goes through! Fountain 1 goes through! Fountain 1 has one duck left on it. Oh my goodness. All right, Fountain 2 glances off on touch, but Fountain 1 has taken a mighty pass and has one overturned duck sitting on there. So, here's the catcher. Here's the catch. If Fountain 1 can hold on to that one duck for the entire match, then it is the winner. So, Fountain 1 is the underdog here. Meanwhile, Fountain 2, all hoity-toity with its camera, is not doing anything except glancing off shallow. So we've had a flurry of action very early in this game. And no, don't flirt with Danger, Fountain 1. Don't get washed off. You got to hold on to that lead. The rest of the game for Fountain 1 will be defending that lead, that one duck lead that it has over Fountain 2, which has not lost any ducks. Oh no, Fountain 1! Oh! He couldn't hold on to his lead. Fountain 1 is out of the game. Oh, so much for Fountain 1. We had such high hopes. But the game now comes down to Fountain 2 and the rock. Unfortunately now we have to wait for the rock to make a move, which plays a much slower game. However, we've just lost a duck off the rock. This game is humming along now. Fountain 1 has been wiped out completely. Fountain 2 still has all of its ducks, and we've lost a duck off the rock. And this is the breather in the game. There's always a breather in the game. Fountain 1 goes through again, but you know, who cares, because there are no ducks on it. How are you guys doing? Won't you like and share and subscribe? Oh, Fountain 1, Fountain 2? No, not Fountain 2's not going through. So please like and share and subscribe to get all this brain squeezing action. Fountain 1 is trying to nudge ducks off the rock, which I'm not sure is cheating or not. The rock's beginning to lose another duck. I think we're losing another duck off the rock there. Yes! Oh, I thought one was coming off of one side. One just hopped off the other side. Okay. Oh, and another duck getting ready to leave that rock. Fountain 2 is actually knocked off through a whole clump of ducks. Oh, and Fountain 2 again flirts with disaster. We only have 3 ducks left on the rock. 2 ducks left. We only have 2 ducks left on the rock. Fountain 1 is a complete washout. Fountain 2 still has everything. We've got 2 ducks left on the rock. Fountain 2 refuses to take a legitimate pass. And again, with that glancing off shallow legitimate pass, Fountain 1 going through. Wait a minute, are we getting ducks back on the rock? No, they're just visiting as they go through. The game hinges on those 2 rock ducks. As soon as they leave, we know it's curtains for Fountain 2. Okay, we are now down to 1 duck left on the rock. We have Fountain 1 empty, Fountain 2 completely full, and 1 duck left on the rock. The final duck has left the rock, which means the writing is on the wall for Fountain 2. Fountain 1 has lost all of its ducks. Fountain 2, it's time for the elimination round. All right, Fountain 2, face your reckoning. I'll throw you in wide so that you'll have a fighting chance. So just bring you in through the back there. And nope, you're out. No winner. No winner today. Sorry about that. Water off. Well, we have no winner this week, the winner of the last game is still there. He gets to keep his seat for another week or two or however long it is until we shoot another one of these things. Duckfloat is back, folks. Season 4 is well underway. We didn't have a winner this game, but it was still an action-packed game. So, here's to more fabulous games like this throughout the season, one would hope. Sponsor time. This program is brought to you through the fine folks of Patreon, because YouTube hasn't deemed me worthy of monetization. So thank you, Patreon. Go to patreon.com/LeePresson. If you like what you've just seen and you didn't think it was ridiculous, or if you did think it was ridiculous and you liked it anyway, please send me a couple of bucks a month. It really helps maintain this production. In addition to this, I've got, of course, this band you may have heard about, Lee Presson and the Nails. We just played Clockwork Alchemy a couple weeks ago. That's always a great gig. It was great to be back after a 2-year absence. And of course, as always, Last Request, available for purchase on iTunes, Amazon, and all streaming services. And that's it for me. I'm Lee Presson. We'll see you next time on another edition of Duckfloat.
3 rocks, 1 pond, 1 fountain, or is it 3? Start the water, feel the tension. They'll all float. When will it be? Duckfloat. Duckfloat. Duck surprises. There's no prizes. Ain't no gambling. That we can see. 16 duckies are the luckies. Water lifts them, and they are free. Duckfloat. Duckfloat. Duckfloat.